Direct Truth Podcasts. Eliminating all competition. Society, in all of its domains, in all its disciplines, has taught humans to compete. The concept that they have drummed into the minds of humans is that they must work hard and fight and overcome and inch by their competitor. What is the effect of this? The question is not one of right or wrong. The question is one of truth. The question is not one of correct or incorrect. The question is of the effect. The effect of competing is that it moves the mind in the direction of hard work. More succinctly, and more importantly, it moves the mind in the direction of the competitor. The human, thus, by having been conditioned in this way, does not see what he himself is doing. For although one eye may be focused upon him, the other is squarely focused upon the competitor. This is not wrong or right. However, the effect is that which he himself produces is limited, for his attention is divided. In addition, that which he himself produces is derivative, for the mind has a habit of copying and mimicking what it sees. All human beings do not know the game that they play. They do not recognize the game that is their business. In fact, they have no concept of what their actual business is, regardless of what they may call it, and regardless of what the sign on the door may say. No human is in the business of the actual business that he is in. How does a human being come to this point? He comes to this point because he enters the game that is already being played. He enters the business and plays by the rules that have already been created. By whom have they been created? His competitors. This is the secret that the world has yet to understand. An entry into competition is an entry into mediocrity. For one will forever do only that which allows him to inch by his competitor. More importantly, he will only play the game according to the rules set up by the competitor and by the subdomain and culture. Such a man can never move miles from his competition. He must forever walk with his competition, hand in hand, sometimes losing, sometimes winning, sometimes by a nose, sometimes by an ear. This is the way it will always be for him, for he does not recognize the true game. So long as one enters the game being played, the only recourse that he has, the only option that he has, is to compete, is to fight. Therefore, the only option that he has is to struggle. Truth does not lie in competing. It lies in figuring out the game. In figuring out the game, all competition drops away. For the one who has figured out the game is the only one who is playing it. Whether in business, life, or sport, a human enters a domain and tries to outdo the other. He tries to make his product better. He tries to make his play better. He tries to make his product cheaper. He tries to make his product appeal to a wider audience. All of these games completely consume his attention and his resources. What is the truth about eliminating all competition? The truth lies in the attention and where this attention is directed. If one's devotion and one's attention is directed in the direction of figuring out the game, he has a real opportunity to eliminate all competition. for he is pursuing something that no one else in his domain is pursuing. While all people in his domain are trying to outdo the other, he is the one trying to find the secret to the game. What is the secret to the game? The secret to the game is in defining what the game actually is. More importantly, what it is not. A human being who thinks in this way is as rare as the hills. And understand that it is one's DNA, his manner of thinking, the types of ideas that he is attracted to, his tendency towards isolation, his affinity for rejecting all that is cultural and popular and traditional. Such a human is a true candidate to eliminate all competition. Whatever business you may be in, whatever sport you may be in, the truth lies, if you are serious, in shifting your attention away from hard work, and shifting your attention away from trying to get people to like you. The secret lies in moving the attention in the direction of trying to figure out what the game actually is. This will require an intense zooming out rather than zooming in. Whatever your business may be, all the business books that you may buy, all the conferences that you may attend, have no clue what the game actually is, for they are operating from within the bowels of the game. Whatever professional sport you may be in, it is the very same. The revolution in any industry virtually always comes from outside the industry, for those who are in it are too conditioned to see the truth. The eliminating of all competition has nothing to do with beating the competition. It has everything to do with playing a different game. The secret lies in moving away from chases and towards permanence. A human being is an ingenious creature. It is just that he applies his ingenuity in mediocre directions. If his ingenuity is applied in the direction of figuring out the game, if his attention and his resources and his intelligence is applied in the direction of figuring out the game, he has enormous possibilities, beyond that of any of his competitors. So long as he understands that attempting to learn from those who are in the domain can lead him only towards mediocrity, can lead him only towards struggle and competition, it is possible that he will gain the sensibility and the understanding to look in an entirely different direction. Where one places his mental faculties, his awareness, his attention, and his resources is not a small thing. In fact, it is everything. All things arise from understanding, not from doership. A man who is pointed in the right direction, the direction of truth, is a man who has eliminated 99% of all problems. For all problems arise from being on a path that does not lead to where one seeks to go. Whereas humans believe problems lie in the obstacles that arise in this path. What they fail to understand is that their greatest obstacle is the path. The faulty path has arisen from faulty understanding. Faulty understanding arises from placing one's intention in a domain which does not lead one where one wishes to go, which in this case is competition. Seek to understand the true nature of the game. Place your attention, your focus, your awareness, your capabilities of dissection in the direction of figuring out the game, and eliminating the competition will be a certain possibility for you. This is Kapil Gupta. Namaste.